And it says we're live. It's Thursday. Wait, no, it's not Thursday night. It's Wednesday night. Whoa, and some lagging going on tonight. Either way you cut it, I'm here. You're beautiful. And that means it's time. Can I move this? Yeah. For GotBot Goes live. Of course, I'm your host, your most humble of hosts. Bless you. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts. Then bless you again. You got a third one? I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you're at it, light them up, baby. Hit that notification bell. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, Transformers, Collectors, NL, the Autobot Family, Transformers versus G.I. Joe versus DC Universe versus Marvel, and Autobot City Central, as well as McAdam's House. I can't remember the name of the full group. All of these are groups that I'm in on or mod on. Check out all my social media links. All of that whole mouthful, all of that is down in the description below. Whew. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we offer to you through Teespring. Or, of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube. Become a channel member. I'm just getting things set up here. I hope you guys have been making the most of the holidays with your family, with your friends. I know in some parts of the world that's easier to do than other parts of the world. I hope you're making the best of it, trying to find some joy, trying to find some holly jolly along the way. This, of course, is the last show of 2020, and I know it's a day early, but we'll make do, man. We're going to talk about Earthrise. We're not going to have spoilers allowed. If there are spoiler comments, either myself or Starscream Wife will be removing them. I'm going to give my reactions without really getting into spoilery stuff, because I know that there's people who, just with the holidays being what it is, have not had a chance to see it yet. The time will come when I'm sure we'll discuss it in more depth. But we just got finished watching it, actually. Well, Starscream Wife slept through some of it with a nap, but I got through watching it. Actually, I watched all of Siege and Earthrise today. It's been a good day, man. Bear with me here as I get things set up. And I know I'm going to be missing some of the comments and stuff. I will get to them, man, as quickly as I can. Let's see here. Hey, Runis. Hey, Jay. Austin, hi. Maria, hi. Maximal 10, hello, my friend. Hey, stop motion reviewer. It was a big improvement. We're going to talk about that stop motion reviewer. Honestly, I loved Siege, but it had things in it that didn't quite land with me. And there are still things in Earthrise that didn't quite land with me, but we'll get to that in a little bit. It was really good. It's worth a second. It is worth a second watch. I think I have to give it a second watch. And we'll see why in a bit. Doesn't feel like the same show as, I feel like, yeah, it definitely feels like the same show to me. I don't feel like the quality is that big of a difference, stop motion reviewer. Like, it is better, but I didn't have a problem with Siege. I thought Siege was extremely well done, and I think Earthrise is extremely well done. The thing with Siege is that there were a lot of things that didn't make sense, a lot of loose ends, and I think it would have benefited from having more episodes. It left so many loose ends, and even now we have some loose ends, but we'll talk about it, like I said, in a bit. Hey, Golden Inferno. She might be allergic to the show. Let's see. Hey, Alex. Least favorite episode of Beast Wars? My least favorite episode of Beast Wars, honestly, you're probably not going to agree with it. Nobody does when I say it. Transmutate didn't land with me. If there's a transmutate, I'll get it, but I don't really like it. I didn't feel for the character. I felt for Rampage, but that was just a weird. I'm not a fan of transmutate. I'm currently watching Earthrise, and I'm already in episode 2. It's so awesome. It is awesome. And look, Bread with Spreadable Cheese just said it. He's on episode 2. I don't want to spoil or ruin anything, so I'm going to be somewhat vague in what I'm saying here. Look at at Golden Inferno trying to push the envelope until he says something that's going to get it taken out or put in a timeout or something. Look at him pushing the envelope. So far, it's definitely better than Siege. Everybody's saying it's definitely better than Siege. Siege was excellent. I don't know what you guys were watching. What? WTF? Oh, moments. There's always those sort of moments. Let's see. Hey, JJ. That Prime voice is not good. I don't mind the Prime voice. It's not Cullen, so it's not right. But it's like it could be worse. It could be worse. I find that you really notice the difference in Prime's voice when he's yelling, like when he's angry. I find that's when you notice the biggest difference. Really? You found that they transformed a lot more? I didn't find that they transformed a lot more. Oh yeah, the Rhinos farting episode, Golden Inferno. That's a fair one too. Hey, Waluigi. I was a little bit disappointed with the ending with Earthrise. Well, we're not going to be talking about the ending, Mattia, and I'm not really disappointed in it, but we're not talking about that. That's too spoilerish. Paleotrex is the single dumbest thing I have bought all year. Don't know. No Kingdom around here yet. Well, that's a lie. Some people that had pre-orders are getting Kingdom. I unless I find it tomorrow, then it will not, like when I do top 20 or top 10 of 2020, it'll be nothing Kingdom in it because it's not here. In fact, I'm not even done Earthrise because of pre-orders and stuff not filled yet. Like I've seen all these posts and stuff from people like, woo, finally got all my cone heads. Don't have not one. There are 4 copies of that mold. I have 0. The thrust, I don't know when or if that's coming around. My cone heads have still not shipped, been delayed 5 times from Amazon, still not shipped. Don't know when, if they're going to. And my G2 has not come in. That pre-order has not come in. It was supposed to come in December. That has not come in either. So no cone heads are going to make it in 2020. We could talk about the rumors. A lot of new toys hinted at. I haven't heard any rumors of any new toys hinted at. And what do I think of them and looking forward to if they're true? I've heard absolutely nothing, Runus. Not one thing have I heard. So we won't be talking about it, I guess, because I haven't heard anything. I have not, Alex, and I wouldn't waste my time watching it. It's Armada. No, thank you. And I don't like it enough to read subtitles. I haven't seen any episode yet. Just a few reviews. Spoiled and not. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid the spoiler stuff for the sake of other people, right? You're a mercenary, Golden Inferno, yeah? All right, man. Siege was great. Earthrise does it even better. It does. I agree, John. Earthrise did do it better, and I bet you Kingdom will do it better again. It's the same thing with Transformers Prime. Like, the first episode was great. The second was better. The third refined it even more. I mean, as you get more comfortable with the workflow, in terms of the art, in terms of the actors and whatnot, it will get better just because of the natural progression of things. Unfortunately, because of how short everything is, just as they're getting into a workflow, it's going to be over and done. That's the sad part. Yes, you can state obvious things, but very, very obvious things, Golden Inferno, because I'm really trying to avoid a lot of things. You'll see when we get to the conversation about that. I think with a better budget, the series could be almost perfect. Agreed, Jay. I agree. When you talk about Earthrise, I will probably talk about it in more depth next week, Blue. Yeah, I've been close to getting 4,000 subscribers for about a year. I like it. It's a slow. Like people say, like the more subscribers you get, the easier it is. You know, you're all excited when you add 1 or 2, and then it becomes you're excited when you add 10s, and then it becomes you're excited when you add hundreds. No, man, it is a struggle to get every single solitary one. I think it's because I'm a little abrasive. Like I'm not that nice of a guy. And I don't usually agree with people's opinions, and I'm a little too brutally honest. I'm not the guy, like, if you're coming for me to say, this is amazing, no, I'm not the dude. I'm not going to be the dude. If you want honest truth, I'm that dude. Hey, Crimson, dropping in to hit the like button, bouncing out to avoid spoilers. Fair enough, but I'm going to be avoiding them anyway. But I hear that, man. Let's see. Hey, Kato. The animation was fantastic in certain areas, but there were one or two moments that felt like Beast Machine's animation. If you say so, I didn't honestly, like, you're right, but I don't get stuck on the animation. I really don't. It's like people had all these complaints about animation Siege, and I didn't even notice it my first two watch throughs. And it took the third before I was like, oh yeah, I see it now. Oh yeah, I see it now. Because I don't care that much. A little abrasive, well, maybe a lot abrasive. Uh, I am a nice guy. Look, everything I say and do is with the intention of trying to help. That's why I done the whole video on like putting the faces on the Quintessons. It's with the intention of help. It's why, to my shock and amazement, part of the news here, Netflix Wave 2 showed up, not now the Optimus Prime I told you about, but the Deluxe has showed up my neck of the woods in not one, but two Walmarts locally. They've also showed up in the center of the province and I don't think on the West yet, but the center of the province and in two Walmarts in here locally. I have posted about both of it. People have went, they picked stuff up. I picked up none of it. I left it for other fans to get. I left it for other people to get. Like if you didn't get a impactor, get it. If you didn't get a wheeljack, get it. The Bumblebees have been there. I know how much people have been trying to get him. The Elita ones, same thing. So I'm trying to help other people, and that's my goal in life, man. A lot of people help me. A ton of people help me. So much more kindness than I deserve sometimes. Least I can do is try and pay forward. I can't always pay it back, but the least I can do is try and pay forward. The voice acting in Siege and Earthrise is still mostly subpar. Everyone, I don't think everyone talks too slow. I think that when Megatron and Galvatron have a conversation, slow, and one of Megatron and Prime's conversations are slow. But overall, like if you compare to, like, I find it funny when people that are fans of Unicron Trilogy say the voice acting is subpar. Have you listened to Unicron Trilogy? It's the fakest, worst voice acting ever there was. This is a slower pace, and sometimes it matches, and sometimes it doesn't. But for example, Wheeljack. I don't find Wheeljack is ever paced poorly. I don't find Mirage or Ironhide is ever paced poorly. Alita is voice fantastic. Soundwave is terrible. But Megatron and Optimus and Galvatron, yeah, they could have used some improvement. But I wouldn't say that I find it that bad for the most part. I got 600 subs in my first year, and this year I barely what? I barely grind out the fright. Like, you can't predict it, man. I guess I have to give you more and more KOs. I like KOs, man. You don't have to sell me on them if they're good ones anyway. Hey, Dragonfly. I liked Scorponok in his scenes. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. To be honest, it was meh. Not bad, not good, just meh. Really? I don't know what you expected. Good, bad. I really don't know what you expect. It is, I would say, the best fiction we've had since Prime. I'm really comfortable saying that. Siege animation was actually excellent. I like that they had a sense of weight. Felt like they were oddly enough. Yeah, it did stop motion. And I mean, like, because of what they're using for the animation, it is what it is, right? Elita One really steals the show. She does, and it's funny. Starscream Wife was saying, like, I like the female Autobots way better because they're quicker, they're not as bulky, they move more stealthily, and she's right. You know, and like Megatron can't hit the broadside of a barn. You know, he's like a stormtrooper, but yet you got Chromia and Moonracer in Siege, who are like sharpshooters and like perfect every time. So she's right, honestly. Yeah, I got news for you, Blue. You're saying like, I hope Kingdom Eraser is a she, unlike Japanese dub. No offense, she's going to be a she because nobody knows. Like, the vast majority of the buying public knows Eraser as Eraser from Beast Wars in Canada, from Beasties. Nobody knows what they did with Beast Wars in Japan. Most people, there's a reason that something like some of the like Beast Wars 2 and Neo were scrapped, they'll probably come out as selects because nobody here knows it. It's no point in making it. It won't sell to the vast majority of the public. To us collectors, yes. But when you look at mass retail, it won't sell if you're not true to what people remember. Right now, they're moving into Beast Wars and trying to hit that nostalgia link because those people are just getting old enough now that they'll be like, hey, I remember that from my childhood. And most of them, certainly in North America, will say Airazor was female. She had a relationship with Tigatron. And that's what they're going to remember. They're not going to remember the Japanese dub. Japan will remember the Japanese dub. The animation is like a more detailed version of Energon. If you say so. Still not up to snuff. I totally disagree with you, Alex. Alex, I don't know what you expect. Like, I don't know. You know what? We're not going to have a good time talking about this. I don't know why people would be disappointed with Earthrise. I really don't. The animation is amazing. No, it is not beefed up Energon. Energon was trash. It's trash, garbage, nothing good about it. Shouldn't have existed. Set it on fire. But this is based on the actual plastic offerings. Like Ironhide is based on this. This is Ironhide. So they can only do so much with it. It is what it is. No, it's not bad. It's actually, considering the limitation of what they're using for the animation, it's brilliant that they're able to accomplish what they could accomplish with it and have it move the way they could have it move. The voice acting, yeah, it could be a bit better, but man, I've heard a lot worse. Anything from the late 90s or early 2000s that was a dub from a Japanese import of any show, it's terrible, awful, way worse than what this ever could be. I think that people that are that critical of it are being way too hard on it. And I mean way too hard on it. I don't know what you expect. I really don't. Unless they're going to redo Beast Wars or redo Transformers Prime, we're never going to have those heydays again. We're never going to have that quality again with those voice actors because guess what? It's too expensive to do. The only way we're going to get it is if Hasbro actually wants to invest the money in doing it. And guess what? They're too cheap and shystery to do it. Simple as that. You can like it, you can not like it, but it's the truth. Look at Dragonfly trying to help people out within the Leader 1. Man, I'm finding it hard to get to this stuff tonight. You guys are chatty tonight, man. CG animation was actually excellent. Ruinous. Leader 1 heavily really steal the show as we go down here. Zignamo. Yeah, I'm not gonna answer that. I think I'm gonna remove that question. Netflix will be on the shelves for months. I'm not worried about. That's cute. They'll be on the shelves for months. When the Wave 1 never did come here, and what I have seen of Wave 2 is one case. So I doubt they're going to be on the shelves for months here. Maybe they're in New York, but not here. If you think it's a slow watch, go at 1.5 times speed. I guess you could, but why would you? Watch it the way it's intended to be done, the way the editor's done it. The Unicron Trilogy was, well, not so good. Not so good. It almost destroyed the franchise. It's so bad. It was the lowest point, and anybody will tell you, it was the lowest point. Car Robots RID 2001 was great. Great offerings on the shelves and pretty decent fiction. They could have handled the voice acting a bit better there, but it was all right. Unicron Trilogy, I don't think honestly, I'm going to say something here now, unpopular opinion. I don't think they had particularly good offerings on the shelves. Armada did not at all. Cybertron was better. Energon was not good on the shelves either. And after that, we got animated. And most people would say animated was brilliant. And what we had on the shelves was brilliant. So from everything before 2000, because a lot of people, when I say I don't like Unicron Trilogy, come to me and they're like, hey, you hate anything that's not G1. Wrong. Actually, I like everything but the comics and Unicron Trilogy. Besides that, I love everything. I even love Rescue Bots. Love RID 2001, RID 2015. Love animated. Love Prime. Love Beast Wars. Love Beast Machines. Love G1. Love the Prime Wars Trilogy. love the now War for Cybertron trilogy. So I wouldn't say that. It's just I like good, well done fiction. You know, maybe I'm picky. Maybe I'm too picky. That's possible too. Maybe I'm too picky. I heard there was going to be a Kingdom Gears, but it was canceled. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that Sovereign Knight. I certainly haven't heard. The only thing I heard canceled was Polar Claw. I seen some offer up. Dragonfly. I still like my Power of the Primes Elita one. I saw the Elita one, and you know what? When I bought the Power of the Primes one, it was a Voyager. It was $29.99. The new one is a deluxe for $29.99. I can't replace the Power of the Primes with something that is actually less for the same amount of money. I saw it. It looks fine. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to buy it. I agree with Alex here. I was disappointed there weren't any Sharktacons or Alicons. I do agree with that. Hey, Panda. Oh, my. Got to remove that one, too. What's an Earthrise? I don't think either Elita is good. That's fair. I like the Power of the Primes one. I got no issue with it. Fake. I don't know what fake means. I wish Prime and Elita were finally outright depicted as a couple. Yeah, we've always gotten teases of that. Yeah, a couple of people have said that about Paleo Shreks. I don't know. I can't say it. I don't know anything about it. I haven't seen a review. I saw a few pictures. That's it. I know nothing about it. Beast Wars 2 Skywarp may be coming in a 2-pack with Earth Sideswipe. I haven't heard anything about that, Golden. Interesting. News to me. I've seen people have a vague familiarity with yeah, you're right. A vague, very vague familiarity with Lio Convoy and Big Convoy. But like as Lion Optimus and Mammoth Optimus. That's right. Exactly, Sam. They don't know. The vast majority just don't know it. I hope my girlfriend likes her. She likes her BC. What? We hope to use her and Tigertron as wedding cake toppers. Oh, fair enough. You're talking about Air Racer. Yeah, fair enough. Earthrise, Prowl, and Ironhide were back up for sale on Amazon 2 days ago. Yeah, none of that stuff is lasting very long, sadly. It's unfortunate, really. I didn't know that there was ever a Gears coming. I never reported it. I won't ease up on the Armada bashing. It's terrible. It's a terribly done. Everything about it is terrible. And everything about Energon is terrible. And everything about Cybertron is terrible. People keep bringing it up to me. Guys, let it go. It's bad fiction. It was poorly done. It was rushed just so they could put junk on the shelves. It's not good. I can't let it go. People keep bringing it up to me.
Don't make me sing.
I don't mind you. You grew up in the same era where you like all these Japanese import shows that were poorly dubbed. I don't mind you. I'm not a fan of Unicron Trilogy toys, especially Ironhide. He was like a kid. They were all like kids. And then Kicker. Don't get me started on Kicker, man. BotBot's cartoon coming, can't wait. Yes, but I have low expectations of it. It's going to be lowbrow humor. It'll be fine for what it is. Come on, Dennis. We all have our preferences. I started in the last chapter of Unicron Trilogy. Then, guys, you know what? You're right. We all got our preferences. Stop bringing Unicron Trilogy up to me. It's so bad I almost find it offensive to the franchise. Don't bring it up to me. If I review something from it, just let me do the review and be done with it. Because you're not going to convince me that there's one redeeming quality about it. Because there's not. And this is why I struggle to get to 4,000 subs. Because I alienate too many people. I like the fact they explored real world themes like same-sex couples. Oh, in the comics for The Lost Light. Yeah, but they explored things terribly. It's not well written. Again, it's poorly edited. It's poorly presented. Like, I've read a few of the comics, and all I want to do as a teacher is take my red pen and start correcting stuff. I don't know how it got past an editor. Hey, Spencer. I have Voyager in class Power of the Primes of Leader 1. Yeah, I have the Voyager one too. Wave 1, Voyager, Earthrise, Blue Streak, Kingdom, Dead Prime. That's it. I didn't really get a whole lot for Christmas either. I got stuff coming, though. That's the thing. I really wish that Japan would get the Siege Micromasters even in the blind boxes. Fighting Evil by Moonlight. Fighting Evil by Moonlight. Yeah, we all know what that is. Sounds like a fight coming on. Screw Kicker. That's right. I'm totally with that. Look at this on last show. Everybody getting across each other. Everybody getting across each other because I brought up Kicker. Yeah, Kicker was so bad. I don't know why anybody wanted to save him. If you got a soft spot, man, that's fine. Like, here's the thing, too. As I say all that, don't get me wrong. G1 has some terrible, terrible episodes and awful, awful dialogue. It's pure nostalgia for me. But, to go back and watch that series now, to say it's the paragon of storytelling, no. The best storytelling that there ever was, if you want to know how to weave a good story, a long, structured story with a huge over arc. Prime and Beast Wars. That's how you do good storytelling. Not to say that all the episodes are perfect. Not to say all the stories are perfect. They're not. There are things that should have been weeded out. We know that in season 3 of Prime, they shortened it a lot because they only had 13 episodes. There's a lot there that should have been handled differently. But generally speaking, if you look at the big picture of storytelling for both of those series, brilliant. Nothing short of absolutely brilliantly done. Let's see. RID 2001 Ultra Magnus was the worst TF interpretation of Ultra Magnus. That isn't an opinion, it's a fact. It's going to be an opinion, but I can't really argue with you. Some of the proportions were way off on that for sure, and it was definitely done to combine with Optimus. There's no doubt in my mind.
Animated fans are coming out.
The worst part of Prime was Thirst. I like Thirst as a very unique, dark episode, but you're right. It definitely wasn't the paragon of its storytelling for sure. Animated sucked. No, man, Connor. If that's what you're saying, then you don't know animated. Simple as that. You don't understand. You don't understand the story if you think that. I thought storytelling in Beast Wars was one of the best storytelling ever. And I thought animated was. Do you ever remember animated?
Yeah, a little bit.
I can see how you would think it's cutesy. Okay, so I'm going to try and run through because I really got caught up in the things. And we're going to run through the news. And then we're going to do the trivia, which actually comes from Sam, not Dragonfly tonight. Then we're going to talk about Earthrise in a little more depth. And then we're going to talk about what I picked up, something that only arrived today, actually. Okay, so Kingdom is out in Canada. Not here yet. Ontario have huge displays of things. Not here. I'm checking every day, but I don't know. If it shows up tomorrow, cool. If not, it'll be in 2021. What else do we have? I already mentioned about Netflix Wave 2. We saw more images of Airazor. She looks beautifully painted, beautifully sculpted, absolutely fantastic Airazor. My only Airazor is a $3 KO. Definitely going replaced with the new one. No doubt about it in my mind for a moment. We also saw the packaging for the Afterlife Ectotron. Weird packaging. Very much more like Ghostbusters packaging than Transformers packaging. I think I like the original packaging of Ectotron better, where it came out in like a Transformers box in alt mode. That's the Ectotron that I have. I'm also thinking, speaking of stuff that's coming out again, I'm also thinking I might do like an overview of Combiner Wars Devastator again, because those reviews haven't aged well. It was a series you can still go back and find them very early on, probably in the 20s or 30s. On the channel. And when I say 20s or 30s, I mean like episode 27, episode 32, like somewhere around there is Devastator. So I think I might just do an overview where he's being reissued, and a lot of people are now going to be getting him for the first time. What else did we see? We saw packages for B127, which is basically the cliff jumper mold with a bumblebee wearing his mask head. How many bumblebees do you need, man? I'm just saying. Dino in package. Dino looks fine. If you're into the movie Mirage, Dino, get him. It looks pretty good. Prime RC and Cheetor for the red line both look tremendous. I think the red Cheetor looks infinitely better than the Kingdom Cheetor, which is colored absolutely incorrectly. If I get that Cheetor, I got to do a ton of custom paint on him because he should look like what we're getting in red for robot mode anyway. What else do we have here? We also saw inbox images of the Headmaster reissues for Highbrow, Weird Wolf, and Skull Cruncher. They all look great. They all look extremely G1-ish to me. Buzzworthy and Studio Series 86, both out in the US on shelves. Studio Series 86 out in the US is fantastic if you don't already have them. As for Buzzworthy, the only buzz there is that it's a terrible garbage line. Waste of money, waste of resources, waste of effort that I'm sure is going to have added costs handed on to us, the consumer. It's not good. And like the molds they've chosen for it are widely recognized as bad molds. Transformers movie toys have a Cybertronian and a Camaro Bumblebee. We saw the gray prototypes of them. They look great. They're about the size of 3A things. They're fairly big. They're not going to scale with like Studio Series and stuff. Fairly big, fairly detailed, fairly intricate by the looks of it. Could be really good. I would need to see them colored and see what the panel lining and stuff is like because they could be panely. But what I've seen so far looks pretty great. Kang Toys showed a color version of their dive bomb for their Predaking. That's art. If you haven't seen it, go look up the Kang Toys dive bomb art. The wings, especially, pure art. What a beautiful Predaking that's going to be. And I know some people in for it, like Kato, for example. Some of the Rejecticons, beautiful. We had another update on HasLab Unicron. I don't know why the like shoulder pieces, the planet ring pieces that go in his shoulders seem to be a different color than the orange that's on his body. It's like two-tone. I don't know. I don't like that Unicron. It's not for me. If it's for you and you backed it, cool. I hope you're happy with it, but it's not for me. It doesn't impress me. Studio Series Grimlock, also not for me, man. I after seeing the images of him in the Figure King magazine coming out of Japan, the more I see it, the more I'm like, it's in the spirit of Grimlock, but it's not striking me as the Grimlock. I think I would feel different if the panel on his chest wasn't tinted. I guess if it was just clear, I think I'd feel better. That's really throwing me for a loop, man. And that's it for the news. That's it for the news. I'm going to check back in with you guys before we do the trivia and go into Earthrise. And I know you guys have been saying stuff because we got everything's right heated now, right? Hey Samuel, happy to see you, buddy. Let's see. I've got my fair share of problems with Prime, frankly. Then you don't understand good storytelling, Sam. Simple as that. Brilliant storytelling there. If you got your problems, you got your problems, but you're not going to get better fiction. I like how Predaking had Megatron scared. He did have Megatron scared, but Megatron would never admit it. I ignore Predacons Rising. As far as I'm concerned, that show ended with Deadlock. Okay, except it didn't. It's like saying Beast Wars ends with the end of season 3 when really Beast Machines is the continuation of that exact same story. But hey, you do you. Megatron's redemption felt incredibly forced. I don't think so. I'm not going to say anything from the comics was better. So we'll just have to end that. I don't think James Roberts is a good storyteller at all. I don't like his writing. I don't think he's good. I don't know why people will go for him. He's not good. Let's see. My main issue with Transformers Prime was the fact that they blew through a stupid amount of money and they didn't have any restraint. What? I feel like that's why new shows have been so much less. Maybe. Hey, Transmotions. I don't like Airrazor's bird mode. That's fair. I have my issues with Airrazor's bird mode too, but I don't think they're going to pull it off better. Is the sad part. My targets changed the tags. Jay, man, thrust, man, thrust. People are starting to get it. That must be killing you, man. Yeah, I missed target too. Would you potentially be interested in getting Dino as a separate character from Mirage? Maybe, Sam. I've been toying with it. I don't know. I'd need to see more about Dino, to be honest with you. Possibly. But I think that's going to have to be a split-second decision, like if I see it on the shelf. But, Sam, my thoughts have gone there about Dino as a separate character. As Dino, right? I want to get Red Cheetor for his gut gun. Fair enough. I'm hoping Airrazor gets retooled, repainted into a new Predacon Vulture character. Could be. I'm still waiting on my Omega to come. Oh, wow. You're waiting a long time, man. I hope he comes soon. Hey, Firebite. What? I think they ruined him because of Wheelie. Okay. Did Jobby getting them? I don't know. I have no idea. Sam just said it here. The buzzworthy line honestly comes off as a means of trying to repackage molds that sold poorly. 100%. If Dino gets used in more fiction, I want them to use his original working name, Rush. It's more fitting. Yeah, I kind of like Rush, Alex. The buzzworthy line is the physical embodiment of everything I hate about Hasbro. Yes, I agree. What did I miss? Not too much yet. Awesome person. I just went through the news. We're going to get into Earthrise now in a second. Studio Series card Dropkick. Busted. I'm going to sell his gun. Oh, man. I don't know how he busted, but that's sad. Yeah. He could be he's not the equivalent of Joss Whedon, though. That's cute. James Roberts, the comic equivalent of Joss Whedon. Except Joss Whedon does good stories, and James Robert does not. Even the new comics are better than that. Hi, Master Farr. Random thing, but we got some rumors that I don't fully trust, but interested nonetheless. Don't know if it already talked about. I don't know anything about any rumors, so I don't know where you're getting it from. I don't care if there's a Hasbro. See again, like shattered glass on Hasbro Pulse. Who cares? That's only in the U.S. That's all that's for. Just like that Centurion pack. Who cares? If you're not going to make it available to the rest of the world, then honestly, shut up about it. Like, I'm getting real tired of that company. Like, really, really tired of that company. And I find the longer stuff goes on and the more announcements there are, the more I'm getting really, really tired of that company and the more I don't want to support them. And that's the truth. You can say what you want, but sadly, that's the truth. I'm just checking some things here now. Let's see. I'm not seeing any, guys. I'm not seeing any rumors. I don't know where you're getting the rumors from, but again, like I don't think Hasbro Pulse should exist. You think SSR3 printed? I don't know what that means. Why is it's Buzz? Why is it a big deal? Because it's Bumblebee. That's why it's a big deal. Rush has actually been used, what? As a name beyond Dark of the Moon, a Decepticon. I don't know where you guys get this stuff. The only thing I want is the Spike Bumblebee 2-pack. I don't even want that. I take the Spike, but like I've heard that's like $20 US, so that's going to be $30 here. It's paying $30 for that. What a ripoff. Is the mysterious Meta Fighter from Metabots. I don't know what Metabots is. What? Characterization? All I imagine is the mysterious Meta Fighter from Metabots, a very silly, over-the-top guy. I don't know what sort of G1 characterization you know for him, but he's kind of a brooding, silent type, not an over-the-top. The TFW 2005 news and rumors section. The thread called something. I wouldn't go on a thread on TFW. You know what? If guys, I'm going to tell you now, if your rumors that Sean are going from a thread, I'd say it's more hope than it is rumor. A lot of people like to say a lot of things and be like, there's a rumor, when really it's their own personal hope, and they hope Hasbro will see it. When I tend to report rumors and stuff to you guys, it comes from usually more credible sources. When I report something as a listing and a fact, it comes from a listing and a fact. But that's just me. Are there, things that could happen? That could. If there is a Shattered Glass subline, maybe some select things from it. But if it's going to be Pulse exclusive, I won't even waste my time. Like the Centurion pack. What's the point of even wasting the time on it? Can't get it. So what's the point? And nobody outside of the US has gotten it or can get it. So what's the point? Bless you. Okay, let's get into Earth. Bless you again. Let's get into Earthrise. So what did I not like about it? Because I've done a lot of defending it. Not much. There's not much I didn't like about it, to be honest with you. I didn't like the conversation I didn't like one of the conversations Optimus and Megatron had because it was too slow. And I didn't like the conversation part of the conversation between Galvatron and Megatron because it was too slow. Outside of that, I thought the pacing was great. I thought the action was great. I loved in the first episode how we get kind of a layout of where Cybertron is now after the events of Siege. I won't say anything more than that, but we do get a layout of where things stand. I'll say this. There's definitely a lot more darkness in this in these 6 episodes. Like Megatron is, especially early on, is a little, I'm not going to say why, but those who have watched it, you know why he's acting a little strange, Shockwave is absolutely a maniacal, out of his mind in this. I know he does everything in the name of logic, but I think that there's more underneath that. I think logic is his excuse for being maniacal. The Quintesson, oh man, not going to say anything more, but you want to talk about problems? Problems. Episode 5. All I'm going to say about it is brilliant. So amazing. So much depth and lore in that episode. Episode 5, brilliant. The Mercenaries faction. Okay, I guess. Sure, why not? That's kind of a take on it. I like some of the characters. I liked Starscream's characterization more in Earthrise. It was more true to Starscream's nature. I loved the end of it. Absolutely loved the end of it because it did leave us with a couple of questions, but it also kind of establishes us going into Kingdom, which I absolutely love. I don't know. What else can I say about it without being spoilerish?
Don't say anything.
I think I probably said all I can say. Hey.
Yeah. Don't watch it.
Yeah. Definitely watch it.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I definitely watch it. Next week we'll talk about more of the detail of it. And I should probably watch it again, to be honest with you. But I do agree when people have said it's better than what it was. I definitely agree that it's better than Siege. I loved Siege. I do think that this is a bit better. It's definitely darker. It is definitely intended for a much more mature audience. Let's put it that way. I'm going to go back up and see what you guys have been saying. Okay, Mystery Mech Fighter fancies himself broody, soft, and mysterious, but is just an overdramatic goofball. Okay, I don't think that Spinister is an overdramatic goofball. I think if you're interpreting it like that, I think that's your own interpretation. I don't think that's how the character is intended to come across. The rumor was a former Hasbro employee went online and talked about a lot of stuff in works, but I heard he was drunk, so take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, I wouldn't report that, I don't think, Ronus. It's interesting to speculate, but that could just be a bad actor, with some sour grapes, I'd be iffy on that at this point. And maybe it'll be true. We'll see. I heard Rodimus Prime is going to be a commander class. Yeah, I reported that a while ago, Stop Motion Reviewer. I'm hoping that the car component is at least a liter. No, it won't. Apparently, the car component is going to be like deluxe-ish Voyager, but apparently the trailer component is going to have like a ton of features and whatnot. So that's where it's coming from. I hope it's not a Commander, to be honest with you, but that's what they're saying. I mean, there are 2005 rumors that been true, such as the hot rod accessories, but I'm not trusting this guy just because he can. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right, awesome person. Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes some of these rumors do prove true. I don't tend to rely on the boards as a truthful source because there have been too many times I've seen stuff, and I myself have hoped for stuff, only to find out after it was never in the works. It was never a rumor. It was just somebody's hope. And then I'm disappointed too. So I tend to wait for more reputable stuff. And thankfully, I have some sources that help me out with that stuff. Here's a good idea. Tell Hasbro how you think. They don't want to hear how I think. I promise you they don't want to hear how I think. They do things called fans first, except it's not. It's not fans first. It's American fans first. Let's not get that confused with fans first. It's if you want to, pay us retail price, so we're double dipping first. No, it's not fans first. That's a marketing ploy to suck people in. Don't get sucked in. That was too slow, dude. Every conversation in these shows, no. Honestly, the conversations don't drag on and on. They really don't. The Galvatron and the Megatron and the Optimus a little bit, but not Red Alert, not Impactor, not Starscream, not sometimes with Jetfire a little bit. Not Ratchet, not Ironhide, not Hound, not Mirage, not Prowl, not Alita. I could go on and on with the ones that just talk at a normal pace. I loved Shockwave in this series. So did I. But he's out of his ever-loving mind. It is more darker than G1 Season 3 Galvatron. Yes. Bring me the ugly one. Yeah, that was funny. I agree with Alex. It's funny. Me and Alex are either polar opposites or absolutely agree. S3 Galvatron is my preferred characterization of him. A screaming, trigger-happy lunatic who's amusing to watch. Yep, I agree. Hey, Boss Gunny. Earthrise is a good cartoon. It is. Earthrise tells a story. It does. Did you enjoy Scorponok? Yes, I actually thought I don't want to say story arc. I'll say the Scorponok scenes, we'll say, I thought were really well done. Different than anything we've seen before, for sure. But I think really well done. Honestly, really well done. Happy New Year to you too, Samuel. If GotBot gets into a more, he's going to get deleted. Yeah, right? Exactly. But I think the Scorponok story is good. I think the Quintesson story is good. Yeah. I had Bumblebee I like Bumblebee in War for Cybertron. Might be my favorite bee so far. Not a true commander. No, not true commander class. Take selects with a grain of salt. Earthrise was completely ruined by the pandemic. It was. I agree. Yeah. Selects is meant to be figures nobody cares about, like Nightbird. Masterfire is absolutely right. Some of this stuff that we get sometimes, I think, honestly, is a selects thing. Like, I think some of the things that people are saying that they'd like to have could definitely come out in selects because that's your way to get it. Hey, look who's here. Been a little while, man. Been a little while. Happy to see you, buddy. How much stuff could even come in Rodimus's? I don't know, honestly, Sam. I'm telling you what I heard, but I'm not going to pretend that I know any better than you about what could come in his trailer. Analog Ninja, Super Chat, Super Fan. So happy you're here, man. It's been a while. Autobot's bad. Let's see. Too many bumblebees. I got off work early. Nice to see you guys again. So yeah, my take on it is watch it. Great show. Watch it. Okay, let's do trivia. This one comes from Sam. Not Starscream wife Sam, but from Sam right here in our chat. Everybody knows Sam. Sam is a good boy, and that's why we like him. Are you ready for this one? This is a good one.
Oh, crap, wasn't listening.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good one, folks. I like this one. Very thought-provoking. Which Decepticon in the comics does not have a link to the Joker?
Okay, say it again.
Which Decepticon does not have a link to the Joker?
Like the Batman?
Like DC's Joker. Is it A, Astro Train? Is it B, Six Shot? Is it C, Megatron? Or is it D, Soundwave? Who does not have a link to the Joker? Some of these are tenuous, and this is a hard one. Astro Train, Six Shot, Megatron, or Soundwave? I'm going to let you guys think about it for a few moments. And I'm going to check back here on a couple of things. Yeah, Generation Selects are absolute cash grabs. You know, like some people will remember Fast Track, but how many people outside of Japan are going to remember Black Rorichi or even be able to say the name? They won't. Just nerds like us will. Hey, Ninja Bill. Hey, Jillian.
I want to see Megatron, but nobody else is guessing that.
Is Alan Oppenheimer, the voice of Sea Spray, still alive? I have no idea if he's still alive. I almost forgot about your show tonight, bro. Listen, Ninja Bill, the last couple of weeks have been off. I mean, it's not the usual night for it. So, by the way, next week we'll be back on our usual Thursday night.
Okay, I'm going to go with A because that seems to be popular vote.
Okay, hold on. Samuel, how do you give me trivia ideas? All my social media links are all down in the descriptions. All you got to do is hit one, send me a DM, man. Or you can always email me. If you want to send me a DM and I can give you the email, like it's pretty easy. Pretty easy process, buddy. What did you say? What are you guessing?
Oh, I went with the crowd in A.
Oh, a lot of people saying A. Yeah, a lot of people saying A. I say B, but it's a total guess. Ninja Bill says B. Soundwave, I guess, because I saw Joker Meg's comic a while back. I love that Bumblebee is always loyal to Optimus and wants him to be safe. It's one of the reasons why Bumblebee is one of my favorite Transformers. Yes, but in very old, like 90. And Samuel was saying Six Shot. Hey, Grimlock Gone. Happy to see you here. The answer is A, Astro Train. Six Shot was supposed to appear in animated, and he was supposed to be a Joker-type maniacal character in Transformers Animated. Megatron, of course, we know the picture where he's holding Reflector and he's doing the same face as Joker did from the story The Killing Joke. And Soundwave. Okay, this is a very tenuous one. But Soundwave played a Joker role on one page in one of the Marvel stories that was, again, a kind of a joke that was an homage to The Killing Joke. Soundwave was definitely the most tenuous one. Definitely the most tenuous one. Yeah, look at Starscream Wife getting the correct answer. What a way to end the year with a correct answer on the trivia. I'm going to try not to be late next week. Yeah, next week we'll go into some more detail. Now, I want to show you guys what I got and kind of what I've been doing. Now, to be fair, there's a bunch of stuff on the way that's doing the next couple weeks. I still don't know when my Coneheads are ever going to ship, if they're ever going to ship. I am looking pretty much daily for Kingdom stuff. We'll see if it comes up. But here's what I wanted to show you. So last week, first things first. Last week I showed you my kind of custom painted Amalgamus Prime. I have since finished him, and this is going to now serve as my Amalgamus Prime. We'll see him better when I look at the Make Toys or Make Toys Megatronus, the Chaos Paladin. This guy will no longer be Megatronus. He will now be Amalgamus. As well, with that, Here is my finished version now of Quintus. My finished Quintus Prime. He's a mix between the image that we see in the Covenant of Primus and what he was supposed to look like in animated. So he's kind of an amalgamation of those two. But again, now I have a Quintus. And when I show him, maybe I'll throw in a picture with the other two inspirations next to him so you can sort of see. Then we have this that I'm about to show you. Some people already know I have this. But this I'm about to show you actually showed up on Christmas Eve. It was a Christmas Eve miracle. And it was my Ironhide and Prowl 2-pack. You may notice that Prowl in particular looks different. I have done custom work on this guy. He is now G1 accurate. I think about as perfect as you're going to get. Silver on the legs and on the hips. Little red on the pelvis. Red on his door handles, and a gray bumper with red lights. But we'll see all of that when we review these two. Fun fact, I considered kind of trying to like change a couple of pieces between the two Ironhides, but guess what? The shades of red used are really far apart. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but they're really far apart. So I got that, and just before we went on the air tonight, I got this. It is the Netflix Soundwave. Apparently he was at a couple of locations locally. I never saw him first nor last. He has been coming off and on of Walmart.ca for a while. I found him and I let people know that he was back up online. And within 20 minutes, he was out of stock again. So that's how quick this guy's selling out. You know, Ninja Bill and I were actually talking about this yesterday, I think. By the way, Ninja Bill put up a review of the Netflix Optimus Prime. If you haven't checked it out yet, check it out, man. But we're going to see kind of how these two match up, the Siege and the Netflix. I'm thinking about exchanging some parts on them. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Still on the way here, I'm pleased to say, is Runabout in transit, as well as He Who Shall Become my new version of Nexus Prime, and a few other things still in the works, on the way, and some pre-orders certainly that I am waiting on. A lot to come, of course. Still working on the season finale of season 2. It's going to be a huge episode, man. For Universal Collision, I'm going to check in here. Oddly, get this. Oddly, a bunch of Siege Deluxes have been showing up around here. Like if I wanted to go and get a 6-gun now, I can. Just the other day, I saw Barricade, Prowl, and Chromia, I think, and I've seen another Impactor. It's so weird. All of them on clearance at Walmart for like $9 or something, but they sell like that. Weird. And some people have said that they're on clearance there for $19.99. So strange. So strange. Okay, let's check in with you guys here a little bit. Wait, Quintus Prime was meant to be an animated? I think he would have shown up had there been a season 4. Let's see. Siege Meg's minor gladiator backstory was derived from the comics. Okay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. When I went to Smith's Toy Shop, I got the Transformers Earthrise Hoist and Trailbreaker. Netflix Wheeljack. I love them all. And Team Quantro, Lego Speed Check. Wow, you got a ton of stuff, Robert. I wish Anime would have kept going too. I need to find a Quint to make him. I absolutely agree with you, Master Far. He's out of his mind. Let's see. So we go down here, checking in with you guys. Yeah, we never had any spoilers here. Next week when we talk about I'll welcome spoilers. We can get into the nitty gritty. You guys in the chat can talk about spoilers then all you want next week. Thanks, guys. I do really appreciate it. I'd still need an Onyx Prime, an Onyx Prime and a Liege Maximo by rights. Let's see. I saw them. Congratulations. I hope to get Barricade merch. I hope you get them too, man. Hey, Paul. Netflix Soundwave on Christmas. He's really good. You didn't mention it this morning when we chatted. Shocked. Didn't mention Soundwave this morning when we chatted. Ninja Bill didn't have him this morning. I got him just for like an hour before we went on the air. Something I found out, actually, the rockets on the back of the Earthrise Ironhide Ratchet roof may be a reference to the comics where Ratchet was shown using them while chased by Decepticons. Who knew? TLK Barricade got the same kind of ball joint as the Titan Master neck piece, easy to set up. Missed next week's stream just to avoid spoilers. That's fair. That's fair, awesome person. Just found out Transformers Generation Selects Voyager G2 Sandstorm was shipped. I'm glad you got yours, or at least got them shipped. Grimlock on. Still waiting on my man. I only recently got Tiger Track and Hot House the other day in the mail. I love Tiger Track and Hot House. I thought that Tiger Track was yellow done right. I adore Hot House. Hey, BS Prime. The whole thing of Megatron being a gladiator originated from Marvel, and then as a minor originated from IDW. How'd you do the head replacement? I got Siege Springer for Christmas. It was half off at Toys R Us. You're lucky, man, that you got that Springer. I've seen some of the deluxes there, but you're lucky you got Springer, man. Absolutely, Ninja Bill. Siege Barricade didn't appeal to me, so I skipped it. I wasn't a big fan of the Siege Barricade either, to be honest with you, Alex. I thought it was the best use of the mold, but I didn't particularly like the mold. I've actually had ideas for a custom Liege Maximo. If you'd want, they can message you about it. Yeah, go for it, Sam. Why not? The part swap, should you decide to do so, is an easy one, though you may end up just end up painting it. Also a distinct possibility. Hey, Jason. Loved anime, especially since I'm from Detroit. Fair enough, Jason, man. It's a great reason. Hey, Input. My Sandstorm is in my pile of loot. Fair enough, Dragonfly. Frankly, I'm starting to agree with Proto Retro. They need to ease up on the G1 recycling for a while. We need another game changer like animated. I agree, Alex. I absolutely agree. Sandstorm shipped yesterday. Well, hopefully that will mean my Sandstorm will ship. Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. I remember seeing a notification on the show. That's why I asked. All right, ladies, gents, I'm going to get out of here. I've been on here a little over an hour. We've talked about everything I wanted to talk about. I still got some things to do tonight. My wife has been very understanding. Look, to each and every one of you, thank you for being on this journey for the last year. Some of you longer than that. I look forward to the journey continuing with each and every one of you going forward into 2021. I wish you absolutely nothing but the very best, even when we disagree, even when I get loud and obnoxious about it, even when we're not on the same page. I love you guys. I wish nothing but the best for you and your families and your friends. What can I say? That's it for 2020. We're going to get out of here. And the next time we come back, new year, fresh start, 2021, man. It's going to be a good time. Until that time.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year from her, too. Until that time comes. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for dropping by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we offer to you through Teespring. Or, of course, hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. Don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single day, man, you do make a difference. And we need you, man, going into 2021. And I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either right here in the live streams at the stop motion premieres or the old-fashioned way, baby, inside the videos.